Welcome to SIR Learning Center. In this video, we are going to generate the clock signal by using 555 timer IC in Tinkercad Online Simulator. How we are going to generate the clock signal? Before we are going to explain the concept, I just create a new circuit. Okay, this clock signal generation can be done by using the Astable multi-vibrator. This Astable multi-vibrator clear explanation and design video link is available in description. Okay, why it is called as the Astable multi-vibrator? This multi-vibrator, it does not contain any stable state. That's why it is called as the astable multi-vibrator. This astable multi-vibrator can be used for the several applications. So a simple example is the clock signal generation. Here we are going to simulate the circuit only. The other name of the astable multi-vibrator is free running oscillator. Why is called as a free running oscillator? Without applying any external trigger signal, it can generate the square wave. That's why this is called as the free running oscillator. Without applying any input trigger to the circuit, can generate the square wave signal. That's why it is called as the free running oscillator. Now I am going to simulate the circuit. Okay, this is the pin diagram of the 555 timer. Okay, it is a 8-pin IC. In this pin, the 4 pin in left side, another 4 pin in right side. Here this is 8 pin is the VCC. Okay, the first pin is the ground. Okay, the third pin is the output. This is the circuit diagram of the 555 timer. In the circuit diagram, we are going to apply the 5 volt in 8th pin. Okay, and 8th and 4th pins are shorted, and in between 7 and 8 pin we are going to connect the 2.2 kilo ohm resistor, and in between 6th and 7th pin we are going to connect this 3.9k resistor, that is a 3.9 kilo ohm resistor, and 6th to ground we are going to connect the capacitor C. This is for 0.1 microfarad. This R1, R2 and this capacitor is finalizing the clock signal, that is the on time and off time of the waveform. This design example and design concept is explained in video. This video, the link is available in description. Okay, now we are going to simulate this particular circuit in this Tinkercad software, and also we are going to find the what is the duty cycle for this circuit. Okay, first what are the components we want? The first one is breadboard. Okay, here we are choosing the small breadboard. Just place it here. This is small breadboard. Okay. Okay, then what are the components we want? Next component is power supply. We are going to apply the 5 volt power supply. That's why we are choosing the power supply from here. This is the power supply. Check how many voltage we are giving, the 5 volt. Okay, clear. Then what are the next components we want? The next component is 555 timer IC. 555, this is the 555 timer IC. Why it is called as the 555 timer IC? Inside the IC it has 35k resistor is available. Okay, this by using this 35k resistor, this IC is called as the 555. Okay, next, what are the next component? We want 2 resistors. Okay, but then we are going to connect where we are going to connect, choose. Then 2 capacitors. So from the circuit is there. Okay, this is the circuit. Okay, in the circuit there are 2 resistors and 2 capacitors there. Then what are the next component we want? The next component is oscilloscope. This oscilloscope is used to finding the waveform. Here we are using 2 oscilloscope. Just a minute, I just drag this. Okay, here. Otherwise, zoom in. Okay, here we are using 2 oscilloscope. Okay, what is the need for two oscilloscope? I will explain. Okay, then this is the components. Next we are going to change the resistance value. Okay, the resistor value is 2.2 kilo ohm. 2.2 kilo ohm. Okay, this is 2.2 kilo ohm. I will just rotate this by using this one. I am rotating this resistor. Okay, I place this resistor here. Okay, what is next? The next one is, this is the resistor. This resistor value is 3.9 kilo ohm resistor. This is the 3 point, look at here. This is the 3.9 k ohm. We are selecting the kilo ohm here. Okay, and I am rotating this resistor also. Okay, first we are going to connect this two resistors value. Okay, the resistors. Okay, 2.2 kilo ohm resistor can be connected in between 7th and 8th pin. This is the first pin. This is the ground. This is the second pin. It is used to apply the trigger signal, and the third pin, it is an output pin. This is the reset pin, and this is for control voltage. This is for threshold. This is for discharge, and this is for power supply. Okay, this 7th pin to be connected in between 7th and 8th. Okay, 7th pin is discharge pin. Okay, that's why the first terminal to be connected from here to here. Here we are using green color. Okay, then inside connection we are using the green color, and another terminal to be connected from 8th pin to another terminal. Okay, look at here, the first terminal to be, the terminal 2 is connected to 7th pin, and terminal 1 is connected to the 8th pin. Then this 3.9 kilo ohm resistor, this 3.9 kilo ohm resistor can be connected in between 7th and 6th pin. The one pin is to be connected to the 7th, and another terminal is connected to the 6th. Okay, this is the connection. One pin, this is the terminal 2 is connected to the 7th, and terminal 1 is connected from this 6th pin. Okay, what is the next? We are going to, now we are going to apply this signal, that is a power supply. This is the positive power supply. Here we are going to connect from here to here. We are going to change the color. This is the red color because of the power supply. This is the negative voltage. It is used for the ground terminals. That's why it's going to connect here. Okay, we are going to change the color into black because of this ground terminal. Okay, negative terminal. Okay, what is next? We are going to connect the resistor value. Before that, I am going to connect the other terminal also. Okay, the 8th pin, this is the power supply. We are going to apply the 5-volt power supply from here to here. This is the power supply. That's why we are going to connect in red color. It is mentioned in red color. Okay, then the 8th and 4th pin to be connected. The 8th and 4th pin to be connected. Okay, this is the internal connection. That's why I am going to change the color, green color. This is 8th pin to here, and here to here, and then it is to be connected from here to the 4th pin. This is the connection from 4th to 8th to be short circuit. Look at this diagram. Look at here, this is the diagram. We are going to connect like that. Then what is the next? 2nd and 6th pin to be short. Okay, 2nd and 6th pin. Okay, this is the 6th pin. From the 6th pin I am going to take from here to here, and from here to here, and then here too we are going to connect the 2nd. Okay, look at, I am going to differentiate by using this color. Okay, pink color I want to use here. This is the pink color. For our understanding, I am going only changing the color. So this pink color, sorry, the purple color is used to connect in between the 6th pin to 2nd pin. What is the next connection? The first pin is used to connect the ground. Okay, here the ground means we are going to connect the black wire. This is the ground. Okay, we are going to connect the ground. Okay, then what is next? The capacitor can be connected from, okay, which capacitor? 0.01 microfarad. Here we are going to change the microfarad. The value becomes 0.01. Okay, this is the 0.01 capacitor. This capacitor from connected from 5 to ground. Okay, the one pin is a this fifth pin is connected from here to here. This is the capacitor value, sorry. Okay, this is the capacitor. Once again, I just changing the capacitor location. Then only I am going to find the particular correct point. Okay, this is the where you are using the green color. Okay, so one terminal of the capacitor is connected from fifth to this terminal. Okay, this capacitor value from 0.01. Another terminals to be connected from where is connected to ground. Okay, connected to ground means here we are using black color. Okay, this is the differentiating the ground terminal. Okay, very good. What is next? The next capacitor value is 0.1 microfarad. 0.1 microfarad. This is the 0.1 microfarad capacitor. I am placed it here. Here the signal is from the capacitor is 6th pin or 2nd pin. Okay, from our convenience here we are using the 2nd pin. Okay, just a minute. I am just placing the capacitor just above here. Okay, this internal connection, that's why this is the green color. The 2nd pin to this capacitor. Okay, the other terminal of the capacitor to be connected to the ground. The other terminal of the capacitor is connected to the ground. Okay, next, this is the connections. These are the connections where we are going to take the output. The output is taken from, okay, 3rd pin. The output is taken from the 3rd pin. This is the output. We are going to take the output from here. We are using the different color for the output. We are using the yellow color for the output. Okay, this is the output. In this oscillator I am using for this output. Okay, we are going to change this into some microsecond. That is 20 microsecond or 200 microsecond, I fixed it. Okay, this is also I am changing to the 200 microsecond for our x-axis. Okay, then this terminal where we are going to connect, this terminal is for negative. This is directly connected to the ground. It's directly connected to the ground. Then this negative terminal is also directly connected to the ground, and this function, that is this oscillator is used for measuring the charging and discharging. Okay, how we are going to generate the clock signal? How we are going to generate this clock signal mean by using this resistors. By using this resistors and capacitors, charging and discharging will be happen. How the charging will be happen? If you are reaching the capacitor output, this becomes 1/3 VCC. Okay, if you are reaching the 1/3 VCC, again it's going to start the charging. If you are reaching the 2/3 VCC, again it's going to start discharging. Okay, that's why here we are going to connect this positive terminal. I am just going to change the color. This is for output, that's why we are using the yellow color to this capacitor. To this capacitor, that means this capacitor values from the value of trigger. We are going to find the trigger, that is a charging and discharging operation. Okay, this is the simulation. This is the circuit. Now we are going to simulate. Before we are going to simulate, we are going to change the name, generation of clock signal. Okay, now I am going to generate. Okay, now I am going to simulate, start simulation. Okay, sorry, I think this is the wrong. This is to be connected from, okay, change the ground connection. This connection is from 1 to ground. Okay, now I am going to take the output. Okay, change this is into 200 and this is also changed into 200. Okay, this is the clock signal generation. This is the on time. Okay, I'm just zooming this circuit, sorry, waveform. Okay, what is the voltage of this output waveform? This is the output waveform. This is the trigger applied to the input by using the capacitor and resistor. Okay, look at here. This is the value. This value is from, okay, what is the voltage here? This is 20 volt. Each and every division is for 2 volt. That's why 2, 4, and this is the half of the one division. That's why this is 1 volt. So totally 5 volt output. Okay, what is the timing? This is the 2 millisecond. Each and every division it can represented by the 0.2 millisecond. Here this on time value is, okay, 0.4. Okay, the off time value is 0.3. The one division is for 0.2. This is the off. That's why this is for 0.1. That's why 0.3 division for off time. This is off time. This is on time. Here which one is greater? Here this on time is greater. That's why the duty cycle formula for this waveform is T high, that means T on divided by T on plus T off. What is the value? The T on value is equal to 0.4 divided by 0.4 plus 0.3, the total 0.7. Okay, the answer becomes 0.57. This 0.57, the millisecond value can be cancelled. Okay, 0.57 into 100, the duty cycle is equal to 57%. In this circuit, it can generate the 57% of the duty cycle. If the on time becomes slow compared to the off time, what is the formula? T off divided by T on plus T off. That only a difference between the T on and T off, which one is greater. Okay, here the total time duration of this one, this is for 0.4, this is 0.3. Total time duration is 0.7 millisecond. How we are going to find the frequency? 1 divided by 0.7 millisecond. Okay, the answer becomes 1.43 kilohertz. The frequency becomes 1.43 kilohertz. In this circuit, we are going to generate the clock cycle in the frequency of 1.43 kilohertz. This is the clock signal generation. How the clock signal can be generated? Okay, here look at here. This is the trigger signal. This is the value of 1 by 3 VCC. 1 by 3 into VCC. If you are reaching the 1 by 3 VCC, that time the charging will be happen. If the charging is occurs, what is going to happen? We are getting the on time. We are getting the on time. Okay. We are reaching the 2 by 3 into VCC. What is going to happen? Again the discharge will be arise across the capacitor. That time the output becomes slow. This is for off time. Due to this triggering, we are generating the clock signal. If you are changing the on time and off time, you only changing the resistor value and this capacitor value. You are changing this value, is automatically changing the rising time and fall time. That means charging and discharging time. If you are changing the charging and discharging time, the on time and off time to be changed. Okay, this is the clock signal generation by using this 555 timer IC in Tinkercad software. If you want more explanation of the circuit, you can go description. The description is having the link. You can go and refer. Okay, thank you for listening this video. Thank you.